Sigmas, what if I told you that society has spent decades trying to reprogram you, to make you conform, to fit into a mold that was never designed for you? But guess what? It never worked, and it never will. Why does society fear men who think for themselves? Why do they try to shame lone wolves into submission? Imagine a man who doesn't follow the herd. He doesn't seek validation. He doesn't crave attention. He operates on his own terms, setting his own path. Society brands him as a different, difficult, or even a dangerous. But deep down, they know he's free. That man, he's a Sigma male. And no matter what, they can't brainwash him. Society's greatest fear is a man who cannot be controlled. And Sigma males, they are the ultimate glitch in the system. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But in a world that constantly pressures you to be something you're not, Sigma males refuse to surrender. Today, we're going deep into the hidden reasons why society fails to brainwash Sigma males and why their independence is both feared and admired. Buckle up, Sigmas. This one's going to hit hard. Number 1, the psychology of a Sigma male. Let's get one thing straight. Sigma males are not just introverted alphas. They are strategic, independent, and mentally unshakable, unlike the alpha, who thrives on leadership, and the beta, who follows. The Sigma walks his own path, alone but never lonely. This unique positioning makes him unpredictable, self-sufficient, and quite frankly, a threat to the social hierarchy. Independent thinking, burning the box down. Society's greatest weapon is conformity. It pressures people to think alike, act alike, and live alike. From childhood, we're taught to follow the crowd, obey authority without question, and find our identity within a pre-approved mold. But Sigmas, they don't just think outside the box. They burn the box down. A Sigma male operates with intellectual autonomy. He questions norms, dismantles false narratives, and refuses to be spoon-fed ideologies. While most people seek comfort in groupthink, Sigmas embrace the discomfort of independent thought. They research, analyze, and come to their own conclusions, regardless of whether they align with popular beliefs. Consider historical figures like Nikola Tesla or Steve Jobs, brilliant minds who rejected societal expectations and carved their own paths. Their refusal to conform didn't make life easy, but it did make them legends. 2. Art of detachment, immune to manipulation. Ever noticed how society thrives on social validation? People chase likes, followers, and approval as if their self-worth depends on it. But Sigmas, they exist outside this psychological trap. They don't seek validation from social structures, and that makes them immune to manipulation. A Sigma male doesn't care about trends, mainstream opinions, or forced ideologies. He observes the world, but he doesn't let it dictate his value. This ability to detach emotionally from external influences gives him an edge. While others are swayed by media, peer pressure, or political rhetoric, the Sigma remains steadfast in his own truth. Think of a seasoned poker player who never reveals his emotions. Cool, calculating, and unreadable. That's the Sigma. This detachment isn't coldness, it's self-preservation. It shields him from unnecessary drama and mind games, making him incredibly difficult to control. 3. The power of self-reliance, untouchable. Here's the harsh truth. Society controls people through dependency. When you rely on approval, money, or status for your self-worth, you become vulnerable to manipulation. But a Sigma, he doesn't play that game. A Sigma male finds fulfillment within himself. He doesn't need external rewards to feel complete. Whether it's financial independence, emotional stability, or intellectual growth, he cultivates his own resources. This self-reliance makes him untouchable. Imagine a man who loses his job, but instead of panicking, he builds his own business. Or a man who doesn't seek attention yet commands respect. That's Sigma's power. He operates on his own terms. And that's why society fears him. Because a man who can't be controlled is a man who is truly free. Number 2, why society wants to control you. Here's the reality: society doesn't just casually suggest how men should behave. It enforces it. Every institution, from media to education to the financial system, is designed to mold men into obedient participants. But Sigma males, they don't play along. They recognize the game for what it is: control disguised as order, and they refuse to be shackled by it. Here's how the world tries to box men in, and why it doesn't work on you. 1. The media manipulation. From the moment boys can understand words, they're fed a steady diet of scripted masculinity. Movies, TV shows, advertisements, everywhere they turn. They're told how a real man should behave. Be aggressive, but not too aggressive. Be confident, but not too confident. Chase success, but don't be selfish. The contradictions are endless, and that's intentional. The goal, to create insecurity. Because an insecure man is easy to manipulate. He looks to external sources for validation, desperate to fit an ever-changing mold. But Sigma males, they see the strings. They understand that media narratives aren't about truth. They're about control. That's why Sigmas operate on self-awareness rather than public approval. They decide their own worth, not the latest movie, not a magazine cover, and definitely not social media trend. 2. Social conditioning. Ever wonder why the system rewards obedience? It starts early. In school, kids are taught to sit down, follow rules, memorize, and regurgitate independent thinking. That's discouraged. Questioning authority. That'll get you in trouble. The workplace is no different. Employees who conform get promoted, while those who challenge the status quo are labeled difficult. But Sigmas, they don't follow scripts. They write their own stories. They aren't concerned with fitting into the hierarchy because they don't need its approval to succeed. While others climb the corporate ladder, Sigmas build their own paths, whether through entrepreneurship, freelancing, or simply opting out of the rat race. Their strength lies in their ability to navigate life on their own terms rather than bending to external. 3. The financial trap. Modern society has a foolproof way of keeping men under control. Debt. Car loans, mortgages, student loans, credit cards. The system dangles luxury in front of men, convincing them that true success means driving the right car, wearing the right watch, and living in the right zip code. But in reality, these are just golden handcuffs. Sigma males don't fall for the illusion. They prioritize financial independence over flashy appearances. They don't chase wealth to impress others. They build it to secure freedom. While others are locked in a cycle of earning and spending, Sigmas play the long game. They invest wisely, live below their means, and focus on assets that provide long-term stability rather than short-term gratification. In a world that tries to dictate how men should live, Sigma males remain an anomaly. They don't fall for manipulation. They don't seek validation, and they don't allow themselves to be controlled. That's why the system doesn't know what to do with them. And that's exactly why they thrive. How Sigma stay unbrainwashed. Here's how Sigma males break free from society's mental traps and set themselves apart. 1. Thinking for themselves. The rebel mindset. Society thrives on conformity. The majority follow prepackaged narratives without questioning their validity. But Sigmas, they refuse to be mentally programmed. Instead of blindly accepting what they're told, they take a step back and analyze. They ask questions like, who benefits from this information? Is this truly the best way to live? Or is it just what society wants me to believe? Are these rules designed to empower me or control me? This mindset gives Sigmas an intellectual advantage. They don't allow media, social norms, or authority figures to dictate their beliefs. Unlike the masses who absorb information at face value, Sigmas fact-check, research, and trust their instinct. This is why they often predict social and economic shifts before others even see them coming. For example, when trends push people toward debt-driven lifestyles, buying the latest gadgets, chasing clout, and living beyond their means, Sigmas immediately see through the illusion. They know true wealth isn't about impressing others. It's about freedom. 2. Mastering the art of silence, the power of mystery. In a world addicted to oversharing, Sigmas do the opposite. While most people broadcast their every thought and move online, hoping for validation, Sigmas move in complete silence. This makes them unpredictable and impossible to manipulate. Think about this. When people don't know your next move, they can't sabotage it. When you don't overshare, you control the narrative of your life. When you listen more than you speak, you gain valuable insight into people's true intentions. History is filled with powerful figures who understood the value of silence. From the ancient samurai, who believe that speaking too much exposed weaknesses, to modern-day billionaires who move quietly before making game-changing business decisions. Silence has always been a strategic weapon. For Sigmas, silence isn't just about avoiding unnecessary conversations. It's about conserving energy and keeping their thoughts sharp. They observe, analyze, and strike only when necessary. This ability allows them to avoid unnecessary conflicts and stay ahead in life, be embracing minimalism and self-sufficiency. The escape from consumerism. Society has one major trap for men: consumerism. The idea that you need to buy more, own more, and chase more to be happy. It's a system designed to keep people enslaved to their jobs, constantly chasing the next purchase. But Sigmas see through this illusion. They don't tie their identity to material possessions. Instead of wasting money on status symbols, they invest in what truly matters. Skills that make them self-reliant, experiences that enrich their lives, a simple yet effective lifestyle that gives them maximum freedom. This doesn't mean they live like monks. It means they choose quality over quantity. Instead of having 10 flashy cars, they might own one reliable vehicle that serves its purpose. Instead of filling their closets with designer clothes, they focus on practicality and functionality. By rejecting society's obsession with more, Sigmas gain something far more valuable: independence. They aren't slaves to a paycheck, don't need validation from others, and live life on their own terms. Sigma males break free from mental traps by thinking for themselves, mastering silence, and rejecting materialism. These traits make them powerful, elusive, and nearly impossible to control. They aren't caught in the endless loop of societal expectations because they understand one fundamental truth: freedom starts in the mind, and that's what truly sets them apart. Sigmas, the world fears what it cannot control, and that's why society will never be able to brainwash you. You think for yourself, you live for yourself, you walk your own path, and that makes you unstoppable. If this video resonated with you, make sure to like and subscribe to join this growing community of Sigma males. It's time to embrace your power, own your independence, and live life on your own terms. Having said